Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your
Weekday
ear.
morning, 6 to 10.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests, friends of the people in here.
That's right. They got a show premiering tonight.
Yeah.
At 10:30 p.m. on True TV. We got my man Little Rel.
What it do?
We got Josh, Jewish last name I can't pronounce.
Rabinowitz, thank you.
Rabinowitz.
my man Kevin Barnett.
Yeah, what's up?
Fat Boy Barnett. And Jennifer Bartels.
Yes, thank you.
What's happening?
What's going on,
We're
man?
excited to be here. Thanks for having us.
Now, first things first, how does this differ from the Chappelle Show and Living Color or Key and Peele? Because those are the shows people think of when they think sketch.
Well, I think the biggest thing is the respect we have for those shows, like, out of the gate, like, shaping comedy in general in the past. I think what makes this show awesome and a little bit different is the fast pace of it all.
Okay.
Like, it moves fast, it's tight, it's funny, we get in and we get out. So if you love this or you don't like this, we move pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, this is, we're not a sketch group or a sketch duo. It's like 7 individual comedians who came together. It's more of a collective than anything. So it's like the idea we're all writers, actors, and producers on the show. So everybody's involved in every facet of the show.
How did y'all all come together?
It was like, it's been a process. It's been like a couple years of just like a lot of us working together on different things. And Jermaine, Rel, and Jen all met on the In Living Color reboot. That was, what was that, 2 years ago?
It was a while ago.
years ago.
In the past.
Yeah.
Why didn't that get off the ground?
I mean, we could talk for a while. It was a great experience. We filmed it and it just didn't go. I think for like 20 Hollywood reasons.
Was it not funny?
No, I mean,
I think it was hilarious. Kenan said it was
yeah.
good. He said it was good, and at the end of the day, everybody look at me. What Real gonna say? But that Fox and Wayne's relationship is still tripped out. So
We had Keenan up here. He said it was difficult to do sketch because he said the internet made it virtually impossible to release things in a timely manner.
see, I'm glad he said that, and that's the difference with our show. We decided to. That's why on our show you're gonna see way more sketches than you've ever seen in a half-hour show, because we decided to take that time of it. So we're not doing 3-minute to 4-minute to 5-minute sketches. We're doing our sketches probably the longest. Maybe 2 minutes, so it's really, really fast. So when Keenan said it, I remember watching that, and I'm like, well, and I love Keenan, respect for him, but I think we're gonna prove him wrong with our show.
Josh and Kevin, you guys were talking about kissing each other when we first walked in.
What?
It was not. What? No, Josh was just because we got to share this mic, and Josh was like, it'd be funny, and I didn't think anybody heard that, man.
Hold on. Y'all went.
We're sharing the mic, so we both leaned in at one point, and we were like,
It was awkward.
Oh, so y'all went.
Well, no, to be
trying to
clear, there's
avoid
3
that.
mics,
not
and
trying
Kevin
to-
chose Josh over me. Like, Kevin and Josh are very close right
All right,
now.
well, I didn't really think about that. The mic was,
So y'all went from talking about kissing each other to sharing a mic?
no, we weren't talking. He brought it up, and I was like, oh, yeah, that would be funny. I didn't think this would become an issue.
Wait. I didn't say it would be funny. I was saying we should just be careful not to lean in at the same time.
Well, Kevin, you guys, you
This
and
is 5 minutes
Jennifer,
into this
you guys
interview.
could have shared the mic. You could still share with her. You don't have to.
No, this has all happened, and he's still with Josh.
If I move over there, then it seems
Gotcha.
like I'm self-conscious. I'm worried about. I'm not. I know who I am.
There you go.
I'm a little offended by how angry you're getting.
As they get angrier, they get closer
Come
together.
on, man.
Josh was like, what's wrong with me?
But I'm a handsome guy.
It's a little bit of time, man. Showered today. I shaved.
That's cool, man.
It's like a real date. Good job.
So let's talk about the debut episode, because Charlamagne, you went to go see it, right?
Yeah, I saw. I believe it's gonna be the first 2 episodes I saw, right?
Yeah, that was the first.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
gonna tell us about it, Charlamagne, or you wanna
maybe
forget?
give us
I mean,
some
I thought it was
spoilers.
good. I mean, one thing I noticed, it seems like y'all stay away from topical stuff. Like it's more evergreen, so it stays kind of timeless, I guess.
Yeah,
Nah,
I mean,
it's for a second it's gonna be like that, but
Yeah, but it's tough to do topical as much because it's a process. Like we shot some of that in January, which means we wrote it in like December. Yeah. So it's been like 10, 11 months. So
Got you.
it's tough to do stuff that's up to date.
We do a lot of stuff that's like references to like funny pop culture that like people can relate to. That's like, I guess, transcends time, if that's the right term.
Got you.
Like 80s and 90s, and like some fun callbacks that everyone can relate to. But yeah, not as much topical because we don't know when it's going to air. Like we don't, we kind of build them as we go. So it's, again, whatever's the funniest that we feel in the room is good to do.
What won't y'all do? Like, for instance,
They're in here sharing microphones. I'm pretty sure they'll do.
All right.
They'll do
Did you do
anything.
foreskin and circumcision?
What?
We were talking about that earlier on the show.
How could you make a good sketch out of foreskin, Josh and Tess?
There you go. Guys, get closer. Talk and get closer. Get closer first. Make those minds come together.
Think cheese.
I mean, it's like, you just got to find an interesting take on cheese and foreskin, man. That's all it is. I mean, we hadn't thought of that, but I'm sure if we were thinking about it, there's plenty of weird things that happen with cheese.
Got you.
What about Ebola?
See, that's gonna be corny because I feel like everybody gonna try to.
There's so many
do
Ebola.
something. Yeah, as a stand-up comic, that's why I know with me, I try to stay away from just stuff I know everybody gonna talk about. So I don't know. I feel like everybody gonna have a weird Ebola joke.
Now, being that you guys are all writers, how do you determine what makes it, what doesn't make it? I'm sure sometimes it's something you're passionate about, but it doesn't make it.
It's a pretty democratic process. We'll be in the room. We'll all be pitching ideas, and a lot of the time, when the ideas that we end up doing, the whole room laughs, and I think that's when you know that's really a strong idea. And our showrunner Neil Punsalan, who directs a lot of the show, also he has a huge hand in helping us shape the topics, and he has a really great way of seeing the overview of the show and making sure it's balanced and we're not hitting the same things over and over, so the show feels fresh each episode.
Neil is good at video and stuff.
See, that's what I want to know. Are you guys honest with each other? Bro, that's not funny. Or that's sketchy.
Yeah.
They can get pretty brutal in the room, man.
No, you leave with no self-esteem at times. But
Yeah, I didn't hit Kevin a couple times. This is a sketch that's actually on the show.
What's
For a long time, I was like, this is the worst
this is
sketch
so,
I've ever
we're
seen.
shooting it, and I was
while we're
during the shoot, where I was like, this isn't going to be funny.
Walking home alone in the rain after listening to Rel just tear me, just shit on me.
Isn't it hard to perform that though if you're not feeling it?
You know what's funny, man? But see that's what I like about, I guess, sketch comedy, and this is one of the lessons I had to learn. Is sometimes everything doesn't look as great on paper until you act it out. And once we performed it and I saw it edited and it was done, look, you give me a script, I'm an actor, so I know how to do that. So I was like, this is terrible, and I'm gonna do it. But it's still one of the worst. As long as you know that I really hate that.
What sketch
was it?
It's Black Wolverine. But y'all don't like
Black Wolverine. I didn't see that one.
But it sounds funny, but it's insane to me.
The problem with it was there's no jokes on the paper. It's all visual. You see something, you see nothing, you see something. It just goes back and forth with different things that you see.
Gotcha.
And I remember we were gonna shoot it. Rel literally, I'm in my office. Rel comes in. He didn't know that it was on the show that we were gonna shoot it until it was the week before. He comes to my office with the script. He's like, "What is this?" And he throws it in the trash.
No.
While I'm sitting in my office.
Yeah, I did.
So what is the difference between Black Wolverine and White Wolverine?
It's just a whole thing of
He's
yeah,
still
you'll
shaking
see
his
the
head.
sketch when it comes.
Because he don't want to tell you the reveal of it.
Yeah,
I mean, it make once you see it, it makes sense. But I remember looking at the script like, yo, this really didn't happen. And then I knew it was hurting him. Because that's how mean we is. It's just funny. So I did it on purpose.
Charlamagne needs to be part of your friends if you that mean.
So is he?
Same way.
So is he like the Malcolm X-Men, the Black Wolverine? Or what?
Can't reveal it, man.
You'll see, it's a short thing. It's like in the third episode. You see.
See, when I saw it, that's what I was thinking of Friends of People. It was different takes on things. It's takes I've never seen before. I don't want to reveal it, but the NBA player that had the press conference, that was different. And the elderly folks, that was definitely different. But it's a good show. I mean, it's a good show. It's like anything else. There's certain things you're gonna like that's really funny. Certain things you're gonna be like, but that's life.
Now, when does the show come on?
Tonight, 10:30
On
p.m.
True TV.
Eastern Standard Time, 9:30 p.m.
And this is
Central
True
Standard
TV's
Time.
first sketch
Sketch
comedy.
comedy.
It's
Yeah.
their first scripted show. The
Yeah.
first, and
They
then
really,
So either this network will take off from our show, or we're gonna ruin it.
yeah.
We're gonna be done after this.
Now,
And Jennifer,
I saw-
you're the only female also.
Yeah.
Like Smurfette in the Village.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Do these guys try to have sex with you?
Yeah, no, I mean, no.
Say yeah.
You looked at Rel like Rel
Not
had.
me.
No, I mean I'm still looking at you, which is
Well,
weirder now
yeah,
that I'm
like,
still
nah,
looking at
you
you.
trying to do
No,
nothing,
I feel like I hold my own. Like it's fun and interesting to be the only girl, but we also have a fun wheelhouse of other funny women that we have on the show.
Okay, so
Nicole
there are other
Byer
women.
from Guy Code, Tanisha Long. We have some people that we really enjoy working with. Because we produce it, we can kind of cast it too.
Okay.
So giving other up and coming comedians male and female opportunities has been great.
So how y'all splitting them checks if everybody's writing and producing?
We just cut it. So,
I mean, we really made a lot of money, and
we're
no,
really rich. No,
joking.
no.
I mean, I ain't gonna say like we hurting, but I live in Chicago, so I don't want nobody know I'm doing well.
Say it on the radio. Well, you just said it.
Now, I saw a sketch Key and Peele did about Family Matters, and I was thinking that they got the idea from a sketch y'all released online about Family Matters. Is it coincidence, or do y'all think they took a bite out of y'all steez?
I think it's coincidence. Rel has a difference in opinion.
Come on, Rel, talk that talk. You from Chicago, baby.
I don't think it's. I mean, no, I don't think it's no coincidence because we wrote it first a long way before they even did theirs, and it came out, and we shot it way before. It just too cool. I don't know.
But I'm sure that happens all the time. There has to be times when you have an idea and then you
But
realize
we
somebody else.
research our stuff. Like I don't know what these other shows are doing, but we make sure if we do something too close, we'll go on YouTube. Like, man, this sounds too familiar, and we'll go look for the stuff. It's too easy to find out if somebody's done it already.
Right.
So it's like I mean, shut up. It's just careless though. You know what I mean?
I'll say this.
He goes, let me shut up. It's careless.
It's hard to keep it fresh because there has been so much wonderful comedy over the years, and it's not like we're the first sketch show. So that's a thing, like the biggest thing we try to do is like a new perspective and like keep it tight and keep it funny. And it's a small comedy community at some point.
It really is. The writers, it's not, and when you think about it, like a lot of the writers are all working on all these different shows. Yeah. It's people that submitted for our show that works on the other sketch shows, so I don't know. Shibbity-dobos.
As a stand-up, bro, how hard is it to give away material for this show and then keep stuff for yourself?
You know, so me and Jen was just talking about this in the car. Forget that. This is it. Like, I'm not trying to hold. Like, I remember it was a time where I used to try to hold things back, like, for stuff I didn't even have yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I ain't going to give it yet just in case I get my own sitcom. No, I'm not doing that. This is the show I'm working on now. This is who paying me, and this is a big opportunity. And I'm creative enough to come up with more stuff. So I give the show whatever I get.
Gotcha.
And I think the pace of the show dictates that, too. It's like, you might be precious with ideas in the beginning, but we do over 100 sketches in the first 10 episodes, which is like a crazy amount. And by that time, when you hit like the 50, 60 sketches, you've gone through those first ideas. So now you're cultivating new ideas. And that's good because you don't end up holding on to something that you thought was great that you thought of 2 years ago. You're staying fresh and just pushing through to new stuff.
That's kind of what's cool about like having done stand up for such a long time because you're able to generate ideas. And I remember different stages through stand up. You be like, man, I got all this stuff that I think is great. What if I record this somewhere and I have to drop it? I got nothing. I'm done. You come up with ideas. You'll make ideas. You'll always be able to have ideas. So.
Isn't the gratification different, though? Because when you're on stand-up and you telling jokes, you get that instant gratification from the crowd with the sketch. You got to write the sketch, record the sketch, wait for it to come on tonight to see what Twitter says about it.
That's funny. That is real. Because we watch, when we watch all the episodes, I remember I watched everything over and over again before anybody's seen it. So at some point, you end up bringing people in because you need to know if it's good or you're crazy.
And
because
you
it's not
weirdly
funny
stare at people as they watch your
right.
work.
Oh, yeah. My little brother say everything, and I just stare at him. What you think, fam? You know what I mean?
So I feel like once you got to ask them, it's like, damn. I wanted to see you laugh. You know what I mean?
Because, the first time people watch especially like when it's family, they still up all you even doing something like this. So they almost watching it like, yo, you on a TV show. You know what I mean? So it's my little brother loved the show though. He's like one of the first people that started showing love to. That's why I think the show is going to be interesting. I think it appeals to everybody. So if you don't like something, somebody else might like. Like we're not just aiming towards one audience. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what's kind of cool about the fact that there's so many sketches in it. Like I think somebody at one point was like, "Oh, it's kind of like a Robot Chicken thing," where it's just like there's a constant amount of different little things. So it's like what I've noticed with people I've watched it with is there's 7 of us. We got 7 different like mindsets on like what we think is funny and just how we see the world. So there's times where, there might be 10, 12 sketches in an episode, and this sketch and this sketch destroys with somebody. You watch it with another group of people, and they're like, all right, well, they laugh a little bit or they don't get it. So it's like different people, anybody who I've asked who's seen like a lot of the show has completely different opinions on what their favorite sketch is, which is kind of cool.
Mine is definitely the elderly people.
This is every Tuesday night, right, at 10:30 on True TV.
That's right.
Yeah. And some bars that Kev got. But I don't want to give away too much. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
And look forward to the show tonight, 10:30. Make sure you check it out on True TV. It's Friends of the People. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.